Hello everyone. We are here at World Delhi Book Fair 2026 and today we have with us Mrs. Madhvi Subramaniam, the author of two books, 30 Minutes a Day and Yoga for Runners. It's pleasure to have you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Same here.
So as we have the second book launch of Yoga for Runners, I would like to ask you that you've lived at the intersection of discipline and flow. So as a naval officer, endurance runner and a yoga practitioner, what moment did you realize that runners deeply need yoga?
So it won't be a particular moment, but as I was running myself, I felt like I was practicing yoga. I'm an international yoga gold medalist. So yoga was feeding into runs were feeding into my yoga. And I felt somehow as runners, we don't use yoga to its potential. Yoga can do wonders for runners, making runs really efficient. So that's when I decided I should, because I was living both the lives, I thought I should do something about, getting this to runners. Yeah.
So, what does the phrase slowing down to go further mean as per your definition?
That's one of the beautiful questions. So when as runners, what we do is we keep pushing ourselves. We want to run fast all the time. We want to better our own time. We want to run longer, So all the time the focus is on pushing. But if you take a moment and slow down a bit, actually you will be able to go faster and farther easily and more efficiently. So that's where yoga helps. So that is what is, going like slowing down or taking a step back to go further. That's what it is all about.
That's correct. So, what kind of runner did you most want this book to read? Like daily runners or professional runners or just people who want to do yoga? What kind of readers will, be good for this book?
Again, a very practical question. So this book is for all kinds of runners. If you are a beginner, you will know how to enhance your runs and go to the next step. If you are an intermediate runner, you feel you are hitting a plateau, this book will tell you how to overcome that plateau, how to rephrase or redo your runs so that you go to the next step, the step that you want to, you go higher and farther. And if you're a seasoned runner, this book will tell you to slow down, keep going, because seasoned runner especially, all we want to do is run, and in the bargain there may be a chance where the body is getting stiffer and harder, but still all our focus will be on the runs. That's where this book will help you to ensure your body supples, slows down, at the same time keeping you on the track the way you're supposed to be. So this book is for all kinds of runners because yoga is for everyone. Yoga itself means union, unity. So it actually brings your body, mind and soul together so that you do what you wish to do continuously, longer and farther.
So, ma'am, you have your first book, 30 Minutes a Day. How did you decide to come up with that book initially?
Yeah, so 30 minutes a day, how it happened was during the time of COVID, I was helping a lot of, especially in the organization, forming a COVID group. I'm sure all of us did to our capacity, So that's when I realized people are relying on external sources like immunity shots, in the name of immunity and in the name of health. That's when I realized people are not harnessing what we are naturally endowed with. Immunity is very much intrinsic, very much within us. All we need to do is little bit cultivate it. So that's when this thought came to me firstly. And after that, I was studying yoga in depth at that point in time. I was training to be a yoga therapist as well. And when I submitted my thesis for yoga therapy, that's when I realized I must write a book around this because it is extremely simple, guys. It is extremely simple to stay healthy and the body loves to bounce back. It's all that, what you do during the course of your day. You don't have to take out too much time. Just 30 minutes is good enough. But that is an investment for your long drawn health. So that's how this book has come about.
So, I've heard lot many times that breathing is important. You should focus on breathing. So, how does breathing improve your yoga or improve your run?
Yeah. So breath, they say, is the bridge between body and mind. So breathing connects our nervous system to our muscular system. So that's why in yoga, no other known sports or popular sports actually teaches you this. Running to some extent, you say, when you're running, you have to match your feet to your breath, your pace to your breath. Similarly, in yoga, the focus is even further on your movements, coordinating your movements with your breath, because the breath is one thing that coordinates your entire body and mind, and it coordinates it with your soul, which may be difficult for us to, in fast-paced life, it may be difficult for us to understand or discover that. But to begin with, yeah, breath connects body and mind. That should be the first step, and then automatically you stay connected with yourself. So and breath is very, very critical and important. Yeah, and very simple, isn't it?
Yeah. You beautifully explained, that how breathing and breath is important for this. So, you've also mentioned that injuries and about all of that in yoga for runners. So, how can people, who face daily injuries, old people, or even runners and yoga practitioners, they face injuries. So, how can they get tips and tricks from this book?
Yeah. So again, they say injuries is a part of running, when you start running. Not necessarily. While you may encounter injuries, but there are certain techniques through which you can actually stay injury free. So this book is all about, especially Yoga for Runner is all about, firstly, staying injury free, whatever you are running, So it gradually ensures you go step by step, not just as a textbook technique, but that comes from deep within. You yourself keep correcting, your own pace when you integrate yoga with your runs. So step by step you take, and firstly you stay injury free. And if injuries happen, first thing to do is relax, relieve your body from injuries. Like if a little kid is throwing tantrums, you don't go to discipline him, right? You first ensure he or she is calmed down. So that's what it is all about. First, calm down the system, let the injury settle. Once the injury settles, that is the time you will understand that this is the body part or this is the organ that needs little more attention. That is the time you strengthen that particular system. So firstly, stay injury free. If injuries happen, relieve them. After relieving them, strengthen the system. That is what it is all about.
So, as you mentioned about stretching as well, how important it is to stretch before yoga or before working out or before running, because I've seen people they just go for running or they just start with the yoga without stretching, and then they have complaints of backache or so how important is stretching?
So, as far as stretching goes, you stretch your body post the run. Before the run, what is important is warming up. It is extremely critical, guys. You need to warm up your body, because it's like your muscles just got up from slumber. Whether you're running in the morning or in the evening, doesn't matter. But you're suddenly pushing your body to to test its limits, right? So warm up is very important. That also tells your muscles, hey, there is some switch happening, we are going to the next step of intensity. So warming up is important, and that also ensures the blood circulation happens. You're not suddenly rushing your blood suddenly by running. Warming up tells your heart and your muscles that the blood circulation gradually improves, and it tells the system that something is coming up. Okay, look forward to it, and it actually looks forward to it, so it doesn't fall back into injury. There is no shock or there is no surprise. The body is prepared. Then you go for a run, and at the end of the run, stretches extremely important, because that is when muscles, after going through that stress or storm, when you relax them, they feel the amount of wow they feel is that they would like to come back to track, come back to runs time and again. So stretching is extremely important after the runs.
So we'll just begin with some fun session, which is finish your thought. So endurance is built when?
Endurance is built when you listen to your system, not keep pushing it. Just listen to your system.
Then injuries often happen
Because again, you don't listen to your system. So when you listen to your body, injuries don't happen. The moment you go overboard, that's when injuries happen. So just listen to yourself.
breath becomes powerful
When you are conscious, when you are actually, see, every time, I mean, breath is something that stays with you through and through. They say till the last breath, right? It's just that because it is so normal in our life that we don't listen to it. So just feel the breath once a while, even during your busy day or busy time. Just feel the flow, where from the air is entering your system, where is it filling. Feel the flow. That's when it becomes really powerful.
absolutely. True strength includes
True strength is when you are completely coordinated, mind, body, and soul. That is, you will discover the strongest you when you are completely united. And that's what yoga is all about. And that's what yoga for runners is all about.
running becomes joyful
When you are completely in the moment, whether you are running fast or slow doesn't matter. You are in the moment. You are enjoying every step. You are enjoying the surroundings. Whether you're running in woods or whether you're running on road, whether people are clapping for you when you're running marathon, just be in the moment.
So I would just like to start with this or that. So speed or sustainability?
Sustainability, because that will ensure your speed.
Pushing harder or recovering smarter?
Again, recovering smarter, because that takes you much farther than pushing harder.
Miles or mindfulness?
Mindfulness, once again, that will ensure you accrue your miles throughout your life. You stay on course. Mindfulness.
Discipline or intuition?
Difficult one, because I have lived a disciplined life when I wore uniform. But yeah, intuition is far greater, and intuition also will keep you disciplined. Yeah, but you have to, train. Listen to your intuition rather. I wouldn't say train, because train will be when you go, when you need some external interference. But your intuition is absolutely powerful. So just listen to it.
Effort or ease?
Ease. Just ease into your step, ease into your runs, ease into your breath, and you will find everything to be so powerful. Everything will feel spiritual to you. Just ease into things.
So, as your years in your Navy, how did it shape your understanding of physical and mental endurance?
That's again a brilliant question, Isha. So, in the Navy, when we were beginning to train for in the Navy and military training, one of our PT instructors, he said, your body is an excellent equipment. It can go to a distance or to a height that you cannot imagine. That's what our body is. We feel that, we can only do this much, but the body is capable of doing much more. It's just that you should just little bit keep stretching those limits, and your body stretches beautifully. So yeah, that's where I learned the body's ability is limitless. You don't have to stop yourself. It's just that you should not stop yourself. Just keep listening to the body. Just let it extend its limits. It will be powerful, and it will be very fulfilling.
What lessons from competitive running changed the way you practiced yoga?
So competitive running is all about competition. You are always after bettering your time, or going those 2 kilometers farther. So that is what competitive running is all about. So when you're running competitively, one thing that happens to every runner is that you stop listening to your body. The mind overpowers so much that you feel just keep going, which is good in a way. But then there are times when the body needs to stop, so that's what our first question is about, slow down to go further. So at that point in time, you have to be in a position to make out that distinction, to listen to your body or to listen to your mind. And at times, slow down to go further is a beautiful mantra, because that actually launches you to an orbit that you can't even imagine. So that is one lesson that I learned when I was running, when I was doing my half marathons competitively. Because there was a time when I was on wheelchair and next day I wanted to just get up, go and run. And I did that. And I further aggravated my injury. So yeah, but when you stop and when you listen to your body, when you let it recover and then go, your body and mind, they come into sync and they just launch you to a different orbit.
Yeah. So, while writing this book, did it deepen your own relationship with movement and stillness?
Absolutely. So when you're practicing it, it is very different. While you are conscious, you're mindful when you're practicing. But when I was putting it on paper, that actually sunk into my system even deeply. That became me. And that's when I decided, I thought I'm able to express it better to the world. And that's how the book shaped the way it did. And I'm very happy about it. Yeah.
So one last message for all the viewers and listeners who are listening to this. What would you like to tell them about 30 minutes a day and yoga for runners?
So 30 minutes a day is about just giving your 2% of your time, guys, to the one person that is most important in your life. That is you. Do not underestimate that. So just give yourself 30 minutes in a day and see how you will be able to contribute to yourself, to your family, to the society at large. Just 30 minutes. Don't think that's a cost. That's an investment, not just for yourself, for people around you. So do not miss that investment. Do not underestimate that investment. So that is about 30 minutes a day. And yoga for runners. So for all the runners out there, if there is one best friend for running, that is yoga. Because that actually complements your runs. That makes you one wholesome person and that enhances your runs. So all the best to all of you. Just stay happy, healthy, joyful. Keep running, keep doing whatever you want to do. Keep pursuing whatever you want to pursue in your life. And just stay joyful and spread joy in the society.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the beautiful conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.